and 1/6. All right, Simon's right. I'm not going to look at that negative sign yet. What am I going to do first? What am I going to do first?
You are going to get common denominator.
Common denominators, good. What are my common denominators? Or what is my common denominator, I should say? 30. So 3 and something over 30 plus, parentheses, -4 and something over 30. What do I multiply 5 by to get to 30? 6. So 3 times 6 is 18. What do I multiply 6 by to get to 30? 5. So 1 times 5 is 5. Now I have common denominators. I can look at my sign. What can you tell me about this problem?
You have to subtract the absolute value.
Good. Subtract absolute values. Why?
So,
How do you know you're subtracting instead of adding? Well, what told you that you needed to subtract instead of add them?
I don't know.
Go ahead and see if you can get some help. There was something that made you think I'm going to subtract these absolute values instead of add them.
There was 2 different signs.
Good. There's 2 different signs.
I thought there was supposed to be something else.
No. Sometimes we overthink it. There are different signs, so we're going to subtract the absolute values because some of my positives are going to be canceled out. What else can you tell me about my answer or this problem?
Is that the answer is going to be negative?
How do you know?
Because the negative number has a bigger absolute value.
Has a greater absolute value. Good. Anything else you can tell me about this problem? I'm going to have to borrow. How do you know I'm going to have to borrow?
Well, 5.
Which number is going to go on top?
4 and 5/30.
Okay. 4 and 5/30 is going to go on top. So once we rewrite this might help you explain a little bit more. So 4 and 5/30 minus 3 and 18/30. So we're going to say 4 and 5/30 on top. Okay. So now, how do you know you're going to have to borrow?
Because you can't take away 5 from 8.
Well, the other way
You
around.
can't take away 18.
I can't take 18 away from 5. So remember, there's 2 separate ways I can do this problem. I can turn them both into improper fractions, or I can borrow. Does it matter which way you do? No. All right, so let's do the borrowing method first. If I can't take 18 away from 5, where do I go to get some help? I can't take 18 away from 5, so where do I go to get help?
You need to take it from the 4.
Good, so I'm going to borrow how much from the 4?
You're going to borrow 3 from the 4. 30.
I'm not borrowing 30.
30.
So say it all together.
You're going to borrow 30 30 from the 4.
Good. I'm borrowing 30 30ths from the 4, or 1 whole. So I'm borrowing 30 30ths. So if I'm borrowing 30 30ths, I have 5 30ths plus 30 30ths, and now I have how many 30ths? 35 30ths.
Sounds so weird.
Okay. 35 minus 18 is what? 17 30ths. And 3 minus 3 is 0. Am I done? No. My answer is going to be negative. Good. Negative 17 30ths.
You have to check to the line.
17 is a prime number, so unless that was a 34 or a 51, I wouldn't be able to simplify. But yes, I should always check to see if I should simplify. Now, I could also do it the improper fraction method. So I'm going to rewrite this. 4 and 5/30 minus 3 and 18/30.
Do we have to write down this one?
If you don't use the improper fraction way, that's fine. You don't have to write it down, but you need to be paying attention. So I have 4 wholes that are broken into how many pieces? 30. So 4 times 30 is 120 plus 5 more, 125 thirtieths. I have 3 holes that are broken into 30 pieces each, so how many pieces do I have? 90 thirtieths plus another 18, 108 thirtieths. Then I'm going to subtract 125 minus 108. You're going to have to borrow 1 from the 2. That becomes a 15. 15 minus 8 is 7. The 2 becomes a 1. 1 minus 0 is
1.
and 1 minus 1 is
0.
0. So I have 17 thirtieths. And then I know my answer is going to be negative.